This will be setup of the eufy SoloCam S340. It is recommended that you charge the S340 here using the included power cables. It says up to 8 hours, but I'm impatient, so we're going to try this without charging it. Make sure to remove all of the plastic, and there's going to be an extra bit here on the PIR sensor that you need to remove too. So just make sure that you do that before you start the process. The solar panel we will not need for the installation, but you will need to have a eufy account and the eufy application on your smartphone. Open it up. What we're going to do now is we are going to come up here to the plus sign in the upper right hand corner, at least for the Android version right here. I'm going to select plus, and we're going to pick what kind of camera do we have. In our case, this is a battery powered camera, and then we're going to look for the S340, which is right here. We're going to select the plus sign. We're going to add it to my home, or we can add it to a new home. Select next. We have a choice. We can connect it directly to our router, or we can connect it to our Homebase 3. I do recommend the Homebase 3 as it will allow you to connect a lot of your eufy devices in one location rather than having to worry about the internal memory, because there is no expandable SD card on this particular camera, so you will be relying on that. But if you have the Homebase, you have a near infinite amount of space because you can always upgrade the hard drive that's in here. So I'm going to select Homebase. So it's letting me know after connecting, new recordings will be stored locally on the Homebase. Video stored on the camera will only be accessible if the camera is disconnected from the Homebase. So keep that in mind going forward. I'm going to select yes. We are going to scan the QR code on the back of the camera. Okay, so we're just going to take this and scan the QR code. And now we're going to select connect to Homebase 3. I am going to have to move, I believe, the camera closer to the Homebase 3 so that the two of them can talk to each other. All right, not the best impromptu view of this, but we are right on top of this. So I'm going to select next. And then we have to take our camera and hold the sync button down till we hear a beep, which it did. And the front is flashing. We hit next. It is going to generate a QR code that I will need to scan with the camera.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network, please wait.
So I scanned it. It said connecting to the Wi-Fi network, please wait. So we're just going to let that do its thing. So this said device added successfully. This said setup complete. And there we can see it added it to my Alex A devices, and I can just hit done now. Now we can select where we want this. A couple of pre-selected, or we can make our own. I'm going to say that this is garage and move to next. And then we can choose how we want this to work. Do we want optimal battery life, meaning video clip lengths will only be 20 seconds and some other things happen? Do we want optimal surveillance, where video clips can be up to 60 seconds and the system will attempt to record each event as it happens? Or custom? Custom means you can say, hey, I want it to be this long, I want it to be this long. We can change these after the fact, but I'm going to select optimal surveillance to start and select next. And here we go. Notification. We have most efficient, which is get them without delay. So no little thumbnail. I can get full notification, which will be get text notification first, then thumbnail included if available, and then include thumbnail, get full notification, including text and thumbnail if available. That one will take a little longer. I'm going to select our second option here to see if it'll give me a thumbnail. So here, this is giving us some options. Again, we can change this later, whether we want to enable the microphone and audio recordings. Based on this, when audio recording is off, the microphone still lets you hear from the live video, but it won't be saved to your local footage. So that is a nice feature. And then here it wants us to fully charge this camera before mounting using the included peripherals. We're going to hit next, and then it's going to actually walk us through how to properly mount this. Here it shows us the proper way to actually mount this, and you have to slide in order to select next, and it is telling us about the mounting for the solar panel itself. Right here, it's going to test the signal strength, and then right there, you can see me waving. So we're going to hit next, and it's got AI tracking. So I'm sure we'll be able to turn that off later, but I'm going to turn that on by default right there and select next. And here it wants you to do preset positions.